The following production is brought to you by the Talkin' Buds Leaf Show.
Talkin' Buds Leaf Show. Nope. How many times have we watched exactly that? How many times have we sat here and watched exactly that? Were they awful tonight? No, they weren't. The theme of our episode after Game 2, the big win after Game 2, was the margin for error is small. Don't beat yourselves. And tonight, we sat and we watched a team beat themselves. Atrocious special teams. Poor attention to detail. 2 iffy goals against. Can't fucking score. Just getting out-coached again. It's just like, this Bruins team is not that good. This is not that good of an opponent. If you compare this to some of the other teams they've played in the first round of the playoffs before, this is one of the weaker matchups they've had since probably the Montreal series in the bubble. And it's just turnover. Can't get any sustained offensive zone pressure. Like, Sammy was pretty good tonight. He got 3rd star of the game, but I'm sorry, the first goal he allowed and then the Marchand goal, not great. It's just like, it's just really frustrating when they lose in game 1, you come away from that and you go, they kicked their ass. They just got their asses kicked, burn the tape, move on, whatever. You come away from that game and you're like, you fucking guys, like, you just can't get out of your own way. You just can't get out of your own way.
Yeah, that was about as a textbook Maple Leaf playoff loss. Like, it's just the same old kind of story of a playoff game that they would lose. It's a tight game. You're right. Were they awful? No. There was just like they weren't making crisp passes. The pucks on their sticks were bouncing around. The D weren't moving the puck quick enough. Guys weren't moving the puck quick enough. They get a lead. Samsonov gives up a short side goal to a 4th liner. That's just, you can't be doing that. And I'm a goaltender sympathizer. And just like, that was a brutal time of the game to give up that goal. Their power play was not effective.
0 for 5.
Yeah, not effective.
0 for 5. And Sheldon fucking Keefe just keeps running the same 5 guys out there. I don't know if you know this, Sheldon. You're coaching for your job. So maybe try something a little different, because Mitch Marner on the power play is no good right now. Morgan Riley on the power play is no good right now. And we just keep running the same unit that has been awful since February out there over and over and over again, hoping that a leopard's going to change its spots. It's not.
There's no, who else are you going to throw out there?
Max Domi. At least he'll have some speed. Marner.
No.
Bertuzzi. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Riley. Get Morgan Riley off there. I have no idea.
At this point, I don't even think it matters, to be honest with you. I don't. It's just what I said last game. You get a big save from your goalie. You score a power play goal. Like, that was the story tonight, but it went the other way. It was just Samsonov gave up a kind of a weak goal to a 4th liner, and then the power play. It's just, when they get a power play, it's a free goalless 2 minutes for the Boston Bruins. That's how I feel whenever they get on the power play. It's just 2 minutes where the Bruins can sit back, take a deep breath, and go, we know we're not allowing one here. So if you add it all up, that's 10 minutes of hockey where they were just supremely confident. Well, maybe not 10 because the one power play was kind of cut short. But
the Bruins feel that way not because the Bruins have some elite penalty kill. They feel that way because this power play unit, I don't care who's carrying the puck. They come across their own blue line and the red line. The feet are not moving. They're not moving. They're gliding over the blue line at a snail's pace. Most of the time, they get stopped up at the blue line. And on the rare occasion that they do get it into the offensive zone, someone thinks they have way more time than they do. The Bruins check them and get in the lanes and take the puck, and they go the other way.
I mean, we know what their power play is, though. Like, it's looked the same forever. I'm pretty sure I talked about this a month ago. It's how can you not watch the tape and look at the way they enter the zone and go, this doesn't work.
No, it's too
slow.
This
really doesn't work.
Way too slow.
They work so hard to get to the red line to pass it back, and then when they pass it back, they barely work to get it in the zone. And everyone's flat-footed. All the Boston penalty killers are all in a line at the blue line, ready with active sticks, ready to intercept passing lanes, and that's just what they do. And then when they do get in the zone, they don't really generate anything because the Bruins do a really good job of like just getting on you and pressuring you. And a couple times, like Mitch Marner has the puck, or Austin Matthews or Tavares, all of them on the power play have the puck, and it's just they hold on to it for a second too long, and then there's an active stick right in your way, and then it's out of the zone. It's just, I don't know how many times you have to watch this. I don't get it. I know if you look around the league, a lot of teams set up their entry like that, but like I'm getting kind of tired of it. And we've seen this is a large sample size in the postseason of it not working, and I just don't understand why.
Because he just keeps running the same guys out there. But it's weird.
I don't even think that's the solution.
The coaching thing is weird because it's clear that Jim Montgomery is coaching circles around Sheldon Keefe. We knew that going into this. We knew that was going to be the case. But at the same time, like Mitch Marner yes, he set up the nice goal, and we were hoping that might get the snowball rolling down the hill. It didn't. He was just as ineffective after that, despite everyone on the broadcast telling us all night that he's the best player on the ice. I don't know what the hell that was. It's like, answer me this question. This team turns the puck over like crazy. They can't complete a pass. They fiddle fuck around with it in their own zone. They like, how many little passes tonight did you see that were in guys' feet and not on guys'
all
tape?
All night.
Or get like passes getting intercepted or whatever. Do you blame the coach for that? Or are you just like, is it the system? Is it the wrong guys trying to execute the wrong system? Or is it a coach trying to force, like the other way around, a different way of saying that is it the coach trying to force a system on a bunch of guys who can't execute it? Basically what I'm asking is, do you blame the coach or the players for this team turning the puck over like crazy?
I think it's both. I don't even, what system do they play?
They don't play a system.
Can someone tell me what system they play?
They don't play a system.
Here's the biggest difference between the two teams, if you ask me. When Boston has control of the puck in the offensive zone, they get it low, they take advantage of the Leafs defense, they can't move the puck quick, they turn it over, they get it back to their point. Watch how much time a Boston Bruins defenseman has to skate in, walk the line, make a pass, take a shot. He has all day. There's traffic out in front, and there's tons of opportunities to make a play. You watch Toronto in the O-zone, they get it's just they have nothing. They get in, they either have a bunch of time and they make a stupid pass, or they have no time and they don't make a pass fast enough. And when they get back, and when Toronto gets it back to their point, look how fast a Boston Bruin is right in front of them with an active stick.
So one thing I do want to say that I think is 100% coaching is I think the Bruins made an adjustment tonight from games 1 and 2. They were swarming. The Leafs could get nothing going in the O-zone because there were black, yellow, and white sweaters everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Anytime a Leaf guy had a puck, there were 2 white sweaters on him all night.
Yeah, they just get goofy.
That's the thing. Like they don't adjust. And on the one hand, it's like, Sheldon, tell your players to adjust, but also guys, like it's not working. You're like, they're all over you. Stop trying to complete a little a sauce across the goal line on someone's stick. What Morgan Riley fires it at the net. It goes off 2 legs and in. That's how you score in the playoffs. More of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't, it's like they can never make the right play at the right time. They always make the wrong decision. Yes. And it was like in the first 2 games when they decided they wanted to be tough at the wrong time. Tonight, it was that in terms of making a pass when you were supposed to, or when they were taking it to the net, they'd look for a pass. When they had some open space, like I'm just confused. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Like
I'm hot right now because they beat themselves. That's what I'm so angry about. It's not about like if the Bruins just took it to them and they got their ass kicked and they were playing a better team, I'd sit here and go, you know what? Like they're in tough. This is a really good team they're up against. The Bruins are a well-coached team. They are a very good team, but the Leafs are the better team here. And you're beating yourselves.
I don't know if
it's ridiculous.
I don't know if they're the better team.
On paper, they are a more skilled hockey team, and if they executed and were able to make in-game adjustments and do things like adjust to the fact that the Bruins are swarming you in the offensive zone, in the Bruins D zone, and stop trying to force pretty offense for the love of God. Like, everybody sit in the room tonight. Before you even take your gear off, put Morgan Rielly's goal that he scored up on the big board, or I guess they've given it to Tyler Bertuzzi. Put Tyler Bertuzzi's goal up on the big board and watch it. It's just Morgan Rielly throwing the puck on the net, and it goes off 2 legs and in. That's how you score in the playoffs.
Yeah, basically this boils down to me just like I'm having a hard time mustering up anything right now because it's exhausting. It really is. It's just really exhausting having this conversation about the power play sucking, about is it coaching, is it not coaching? It's just like I don't even know at this point. My head is spinning. It's like, yeah, the coaching's not good enough, but the players also are out there making stupid decisions. No coach can really dictate what a player does when the puck's on his stick, when he needs to make a simple pass. If you can't make a simple pass, that's on the player. But I'm also looking at Sheldon Keefe going, why is there a Bruin on top of every Maple Leaf player at all times? But yet the puck goes back to the point and there's a Bruin defenseman who has all day long to make a play or take a shot. Like it's both. It's both. You can't really pick one or the other. Yep. And the Leafs defenseman, like how many times do you got to go D to D to D to D to D to try to find an opening? It's like they can't make anything happen. And the forwards are offering no support either. Sometimes like they're blowing the zone. It's really
beat themselves. That's
like,
why I'm so mad right now.
I'm sick of it. And I feel like the fan base is sick of it. It's even the game they won. That was a good win. They got back in the series. But like, were you on cloud 9 after that victory? Even tonight, even if they found a way to win that game tonight, which would be nice to be up 2-1 right now, it's just there's so many little parts of their game that are just not good enough. They're just not. And I think they're benefiting from the Bruins having a bit of a lack of star power right now in a way. Like Pasternak really hasn't been a massive factor. He got the 1 goal. I said to you in the first period tonight that Marchand was due for one. He finally got his, but for the most part, he's been nowhere. Yep. And you look up and down their lineup, and the Leafs are more skilled on paper, yes. But again, here's another playoff game where you get 2 goals.
Yeah, can't fucking score.
Your goaltender gave up a weak short side goal, but like look what happened the other night with Connor Hellebuck. Guy's the best goaltender in the league, give up 6. Guess what? Winnipeg scores 7. So I'm starting to feel that this skilled hockey team isn't so skilled after all.
You've been hitting on it. It's the decision making out there is brutal. It's brutal.
I just don't get why they can't. Why do they just turn into idiots out there?
I don't know.
Like it's just like make the simple play. Like take a pass, make a pass. It's just It's like their head is spinning and they're making stupid decisions because they're just like they're gripping their sticks too tight. I don't know, man.
It's a team. So you said earlier, like, what style do they play? Defensively, they don't play any style. Their style defensively is everyone, all the forwards blow the zone, and the defensemen, none of you can handle a puck, so hang on for dear life. Offensively, they're a team that has a really tough time. My God, man,
they cannot generate offense in the postseason. I sound like
such a broken record. No, I sound like a broken record, but it's like offensively, they're a team that has a difficult time adjusting to playoff hockey because they cannot play with time and space. That's why I keep banging that they cannot play without time and space. So I'm banging my fist on the desk right now saying, look at the Tyler Bertuzzi goal because it was a simple throw on net. Last year against the Lightning, how many point shots on Vasilevsky went to the net and someone banged in a rebound? Like, why aren't we doing that this year? Why is that not a thing that's happening this year? Why are we back to trying to score pretty goals and pass the puck 3 times? Max, I love you, man. Shoot the thing, for the love of God. Yeah, Mitch Marner. Man, oh man. Mitch Marner. Like, this guy, he's fighting it right now, man. And I don't know what they're going to do with him. Like, you saw the cover of the Toronto Sun today, and like, I don't think Mitch Marner's the type of guy who is going to respond well to that. Keefe tried to get him going tonight with putting him with Matthews a few times, but he is the poster boy right now, at least for the forwards, when it comes to like really, really bad decision making and turning the puck over and just making, like, he set Nyes up and it was really great. There were 2 plays in this game that stood out to me. The first one was towards the end of the first period where the puck is at the Leafs blue line and he's there and he's waving his stick at it. And it's just a half-assed lazy play that is ineffective. The other one that stands out to me is Keefe puts him with Matthews. He's along the boards in the O-zone. He tries a behind-the-back, no-look pass back to the point. Brad Marchand is standing right there. The Bruins take it the other way, and they're hemmed in the zone for the remainder of the shift. And it's like, that right there is why everyone is on this guy right now, and he's sort of become the poster boy for the poor decision-making and just the overall ineffectiveness of a lot of these forwards.
Yeah. That third line they have out there too, like,
it's no good.
God.
It's no good.
Yeah, it's
no good.
I know you can make the point that in the first game, second game, maybe Willie wouldn't have made a difference, but now you're going on game 3. He's probably going to miss game 4. Like, they need this guy on a line to produce something 5-on-5 because that third line, that fourth line's been great. They've been forechecking, but we know they have offensive limitations. They're out there to make sure they keep the puck in the O-zone. But you're looking at that third line. You got, I know he threw them in a bit of a blender tonight, but it's just, I don't know. That third line, they got to mix something up on that line.
You got Pontus Holmberg, who it's like, we love Pontus. We're a pro Pontus podcast, but like, Pontus isn't exactly an offensive dynamo. You've got Calle Yarncroc, who is a good, well-rounded hockey player, but the guy's been hurt for a really long time, so it's like he's coming back from an injury. How effective is he really going to be? And you got Nick Robertson, who is a pretty one-dimensional hockey player. If he can get a good look in the offensive zone, he's a scoring threat, but outside of that situation, he's not a dangerous hockey player at all.
Yeah. It's like, why? What's with them playing at Scotiabank too?
Oh, that arena sucks.
Like, they can't win there either.
No, they can't.
Their playoff record there is awful.
Yep. They weren't very good there this whole. They were a far better road team this year than they were a home team.
Yeah. And their penalty kill, like, what? Like, Boston is so good at just like getting on you. Like I said, like when somebody has the puck and they think they have time to make a decision, there's a guy right on him to make sure that he can't make that decision. And then you're watching the Leaf penalty kill. And there's 3 guys. I know they play that style where if there's a loose puck, everyone goes in. 3 guys go in. Don't win a battle. Puck goes to the net. Samsonov doesn't catch it. Don't love that. But then there's DeBrusk wide open in front of the net. Have you seen a Leaf that wide open in front of the net with like that much time to bang in a rebound?
That's what I mean when I say attention to detail. It's thinking while you're out there. There's no thinking. The Bruins are thinking. They're capitalizing on chances. When I tell you that the margin for error is so small, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just getting like, I hate how we came on here after a win and it was like hard to muster up positivity because you still see the holes in their game and then they lose and we come on here and we just kind of throw everything. Like I said, but I'm
spazzing because you're beating yourselves. You're like this Bruins team is going to get fed their lunch by the Florida Panthers in the second round.
Yes, absolutely.
They're going to get bullied by the Florida Panthers in the second round. Which is
why you're even watching them now and you're going, okay, the Bruins are kind of a depleted team. They're not what they used to be. They could eke out a win, maybe eke out the series, but like you're watching that other team. You're like, whoever plays this team is going to get moked.
But that's if they were playing Florida, you would go, okay, this is not a fair fight. This Bruins team, man, like, come on.
Yeah.
They're a well-coached team with guys who execute versus a team with a bunch of guys who don't think when they're out there and a coach who is just...
I think at the end of the day, they just don't... The thing I'm the most worried about is... Because I don't think their special teams is coming together anytime soon. Like,
no.
The sample size is too large. We know it doesn't work.
This... I hate to go down this road again, but it is inexcusable for this guy to keep his fucking job with the state of this power play should they lose this series.
It's terrible.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's terrible. But I think the biggest story is they just flat out can't score in the playoffs. For a team that's MO is scoring goals and being an offensive team, you're just... The ability to not score in the postseason is a huge problem for a team that's biggest strength is supposed to be scoring goals. Like, it's just you can't win.
Well, it's what
you're not going to be able to win, and your defense is not good enough.
No.
And your goaltending is not good enough to overcome you constantly scoring no goals.
Well, it's what I keep saying to you. Like, I think the issues with scoring in the playoffs are. They want to play like it's a Tuesday night in February, and you can't do that right now. You can't do that right now. There's no time and space to create. Score a fucking dirty goal.
Yeah.
But the goal Matthews got the other night, like that doesn't happen a lot in the playoffs. You don't get a lot of clean-cut looks.
No.
You don't.
They got no clean-cut looks
especially against
tonight.
a team as well coached as this, especially defensively. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, Jim Montgomery watched some tape between games 2 and 3, and he said to his guys, we're going to change the way we play defensively tonight, and we're just going to swarm this team because this team is craving time and space, and all we got to do is take it away, and they won't be able to score. Look what happened.
I don't think he changed his game plan. I just think I think that was always his game plan.
Well, they executed it to perfection tonight.
I think they just executed it better tonight.
Yeah, they executed
and they
it
got
very
their big
well.
goals.
Yes.
And they got their big goals. Like, they got the power play goal with DeBrusk wide open in front of the net, and then when the Leafs scored, they went down and Marchand potted one. Like, they scored a big goal. They scored on the power play. They killed a bunch of penalties. Like, again, I said it last episode, that's the recipe for success in the postseason. Take advantage of your power play opportunities. Your goalie needs to make big saves. You need to score a timely goal. That's the story. Like, that's literally the story. That's the story of almost every playoff game you watch in this league.
I still think they can beat this team and they can win this series. But there needs to be a regroup at practice and in that room and a discussion about being way, way more disciplined. Way more disciplined when you have the puck on your stick. Like, complete a pass. Let's change the way we're attacking in the offensive zone. Let's change the way we're defending, like what you're talking about with how much time the Bruins have at the points. Let's hopefully Samsonov can get. I don't think Samsonov was that bad tonight. He got third star of the game. You just can't let in those backbreaking. Like, that first goal he let in was a backbreaker.
And we haven't McAvoy hauls down Matthews. Yeah. That was a penalty. And then Marchand doing what Marchand does best. Yeah, he's distracting everybody. Yeah. Just blatantly, like, the hook on Bertuzzi brings him down. Bertuzzi's kind of engaging with him. Then he full on yanks his feet with it out underneath him. Can't speak tonight. And they go down and score the goal. It's just like that. That is such a... When it's time for Marchand to be a prick, he always does it at the right time.
He's the dirtiest player in the game.
Yeah, he does it at the right time.
He's a master of doing it, and he doesn't get called.
Yeah, basically distracts the entire ice from what is going on, and then the fourth liner comes down and puts it short side, posting in off Samsonov.
The officiating tonight, not great, but I'm sorry. I don't want to hear, there's a lot of guys on Twitter who love to cry about officiating and referees. I'm sorry, man. All you got to look at tonight's game is 0 for 5 on the power play. I don't want to hear about refs when that stat is a thing. I don't want to hear about it.
I know.
Sorry. Comment just quickly before we wrap this up. Comment on Mitch Marner. You haven't really commented on him.
I honestly don't want to. I feel like he's getting singled out, and I don't love it. Obviously, we know what is wrong with him. He makes soft plays. He finally made a nice pass tonight that set up a goal, but this team is like, he's got to provide offensively. Everyone has to provide offensively. I thought everyone tonight, no one stood out tonight being like, wow, that guy had a great game. Everyone made stupid decisions with the puck. Everybody was dumb with the puck. Everybody couldn't take a pass. No one could make a pass. Like, I thought the team as a whole kind of all had that same game tonight. So I know Mitch is easy to pick on because you expect more out of him.
It has, you know what? I would consider myself someone who, I wouldn't say I'm a Marner detractor, but I'm someone who's always been kind of hesitant to give Mitch his flowers because of the way he's performed in the playoffs. The pile-on that's going on right now is getting pretty intense.
Yeah,
like
I don't want to just single him out. Everyone was brutal tonight. How many times did Tyler Bertuzzi have an opportunity to make a play and it just like flubbed over a stick? Max Domi looking for a pass. It's not there. Trying to skate through someone. You can't do that because the Bruins D is going to stand up and have an active stick. Like, Austin Matthews didn't really do much tonight. Didn't really have any room to operate. Like, I thought everyone as a whole tonight kind of had the exact same game where they just did not execute at all.
Heading into game 4, are you making any lineup changes?
I'm just finding some Captain America serum for William Nylander to get him on that third line, because it's like,
at this point, it's some sort of like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a concussion or a head injury, but you watch him skate and he clearly looks to be laboring, and the rumor going around on Twitter is that it's a back. Something like that. Hopefully an extra 2 days off here helps them because, yeah, man, they need him. I would consider, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I would consider maybe taking a Simone Benoit out for TJ Brody. Just
I don't
give
think
a different look back there.
Really don't think
Yeah,
it matters.
yeah, that's the thing about their D.
Benoit did sit down Pasternak at one point,
Yeah,
which I did kind of enjoy.
It's that's the thing about their D. It's just
like they're going to keep going D to D to D. Like, at one point, Morgan Riley skated to the red line and then threw it back in his own end.
Yeah.
Like, he literally went for a red line to goal line around the net, D to D pass, because he just like couldn't find open space, so he panicked, so he just fired it back, and he basically dumped the puck in for the Bruins. Like,
I think he's been awful in all 3 of these games. He was electric in the first round last year against the Lightning.
Yeah, his skating does not look as crisp as it normally does.
I think he's somebody who, in a few weeks, like I said, we'll find out. Maybe he's nursing an injury, because I think he has been very, very lackluster through 3 games.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They just got to score goals. They got to find a way to generate offense.
Would you consider making a goaltending change for game 4?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't think I would. I don't really see I don't think. I don't see really the point in doing that. I feel like it could just backfire on you. I mean, there's the odd chance that you just throw Wall in and he plays the game of his life, but I just don't see that happening. No. So you know what, Sammy hasn't been that bad. I thought the whole Marchand Bertuzzi thing at center ice or just around the blue line was just a sideshow and just distracted him and everyone else on the ice from doing their job. I think Brad Marchand was a genius there and said, all right, I'm going to pull it off here. For some reason, the refs did not call it, and then they gave them a call on the next shift. That was like, I don't know. It's just, I thought that was a weird play. And then he loses his stick. He's kind of freaking out. Marchand puts it short side, but that's 2 goals short side on him tonight. Like, it's
and 2 goals quickly after the Leafs score to take a lead.
Yeah.
Which is, they did that all year.
I don't know. It's just, at the end of the day, you have to score some goals if you're going to go anywhere in the playoffs. Like, you look around all the other series. Like, look what Carolina did coming back. Look at the first game with the Jets and the Avalanche. Look at the Avalanche come back and score some goals. Nashville got 4. Like, when's the last time the Leafs scored 4 goals in a playoff game?
Last year.
I know the playoffs are tight, but I'm looking at other teams. McDavid had 5 assists.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if the Leafs were playing the LA Kings, but they would still have a hard time generating offense against that team. Like, it's just guys decide to create their own space in a playoff style. Connor McDavid would not be stopped, and he got 5 assists. And here we are, just giving our goalies no margin for error at all, because we cannot score more than 2 goals a game.
It's unbelievable.
And this is one of the most skilled teams in the league. Pretty sure they had the second most goals in the NHL this year, and they just cannot score on the power play. It's just, if this goes on, it's no good. They can't do it.
Well, hopefully they can come back for Game 4 and score some goals.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Like I said, I still think they can beat this team. I think they're the better team on paper. I think they've shown, as particularly offensively, if they can get going, they can be, in terms of like offensive skill, I mean, they can be the better team. But you gotta be way better. You gotta be way more disciplined. You gotta have way better attention to detail. You gotta take care of the puck. Oh my God, tonight was turnover central. Just everybody take a regroup. I actually don't think it's the worst thing. They've got 2 days off here. Like, everybody take a step back, take a regroup. It hasn't been all bad. Like I said, you don't come away from that game tonight going, they were awful. They weren't awful. It's just,
but they're just mid.
Yes.
Like, they're just not great. Yes. Like, they're not awful. They got their asses kicked in the first game, but like, even if they lost the second game, like, they were in that game all the way. Tonight, they could have won this game tonight, but they didn't. And it's just, I find, and there's nothing about their play that's getting me extremely excited. They're not getting dominated. The Bruins are just taking care of details a little bit better, and they score on the power play.
Yeah.
And when they got an opportunity on the power play, they score.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the difference. Yep. And that's why it's just like, it's a little, I'm almost at a little bit of a loss for words, because it's just like, just roll the tape.
I wouldn't say that. You've gone on 2 or 3 epic rants.
Just like episode. Roll the tape. It's just, I hate, I'm so self-conscious about how, like, easy it is to come on here and, like, rag on them when they lose. And then, like, they win the other night, and I don't think we gave them that much props. Like, we weren't that excited about it.
No, we pointed out what they did well to get a win.
Yeah, and it's just, and then you come on here, they lose tonight, and we're going off again. It hasn't gone too far off the rails, but it's just, anybody who's watching, anybody who analyzes this team can see what's wrong. It's right in front of your face. Tonight was a textbook Leaf playoff loss, and I'm just getting a little bit sick and tired of watching that game and how it plays out.
Well, the good news is they'll be back for another playoff game on Saturday. Game 4 goes Saturday night from Scotiabank Arena, another 8 p.m. start. We will be monitoring the William Nylander situation in the days to come. Hopefully they can get him back and get him in this lineup. Like you said, they need him on that third line. We will be back after Game 4. A lot of new subs, a lot of great engagement on our first 2 playoff episodes and our playoff preview. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button below. If you're listening to the audio version, leave a little 5-star review. Comments, all engagement welcome.
Spread the word, tell your friends.
You got a little trigger happy there.
I did. Yeah, you heard that?
Yeah, I did. You got yourself, though.
I did.
Got yourself. We'll see you guys after Game 4.